Oh my god. Really?
Oh my god. You can impersonate people that way.
You can call somebody up on the phone and impersonate someone.
Yeah, can you deposit this much money in my account?
Please.
I kind of need it.
Oh man, reading books would be a pain in the ass. At least books like,
No.
the big ones.
No. See, I would be e-booking that shit.
You can't e-book things like the Holocaust book that we have. And
Yeah, I can. They have the Holocaust Chronicles on Amazon, I think, for that.
Oh, nice.
But,
put it into perspective, wow, that sounds really terrible to talk about the Holocaust Chronicles, but no, it's like the biggest book we have. It's like 2 to 3 inches thick.
I actually know the mythology book is larger than
but yeah,
the Holocaust
okay,
book,
well,
but
close to the biggest book
it's
we have.
close, yeah.
And it's really huge and heavy. So, just to give you an idea, being a stitch punk, I mean, first we'd have to get it off the shelf. Second, we'd have to get it open.
Shoving it everywhere. I'd be like, really? The Holocaust Chronicle.
I can think of one major plus to being a stitch punk. I would finally have a canvas that's bigger than me.
This is true. You always wanted a canvas that was either your size or bigger. Your sketchbook would constantly be bigger than you.
It would be kind of amazing. Sketchbook would actually only be a little bit bigger than me, honestly.
I don't know. I mean, I'd probably go all over the internet and be like, guys, something's wrong.
It'd be
one of those...
Pixar, it didn't happen.
Pixar didn't happen, and I'd be grabbing my Evo, and then I'd be pissed off because I can't use my Evo.
You can't use your... That's right. Okay, okay, guys, for those of you that aren't techno geeks out there, let me explain why she wouldn't be able to use her phone. She has an HTC Evo from
Now,
Sprint.
granted, I have 2 phones. I have a BlackBerry Style, which is a flip phone, and I have the HTC Evo. I love both of my phones, but the Evo I use mostly for the media and looking up shit.
And she really adores this phone.
And it's probably half the size of your average stitch punk. It's maybe about, what, 4 or 5 inches?
It would be a decent-sized televen for a stitch punk.
It would be. It'd be like
one of
LCD
those
screen.
wall-mounted LCD screens, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. The HTC Evo has a particular type of feedback system for when you touch the screen. Most touch phones are pressure sensitive, so when you touch on them or when you tap on the screen, you can select something just because you're pressing on it. Well, the Evo will only respond to a touch
electromagnetic pulses in your fingers, and it has to be warm. If you're out in the cold and your hands are freezing, you will not be able to function the Evo. You will not be able to function it if you don't have an electric charge of some sort. Now, granted, we found a way to bypass this, because if you charge up something statically, like if I charged up the blanket, or if I charged up the wire or something, or connected a wire into it, I can move it that way.
If you have the end of a charging cable that you've got plugged into the wall, you can move it with that. But it's it's very inconsistent too.
Yeah, and it's like I would never be able to use it, and I'd be upset.
Pictures on your phone.
I love my pictures.
But yeah, she wouldn't be able to use her phone, so I have to admit, this would considering the fact that she's such a phone addict, this would amuse the hell out of me.
Oh yeah, but I would be able to use my BlackBerry, and the keys would actually be perfect, though.
Yeah.
The keys would fit absolutely perfectly.
You can still play your DS.
I could still play my DS. I could still get around most of the time. I mean, really, converting to a stitch punk, I mean, aside from a giant size difference and going out in public, there's really not that much difference. I mean, I'm itty-bitty as fucking is.
I mean, in fact, there are some things, you don't have to spend any more money on food.
Wouldn't have to buy any food. Wouldn't have to go use the water system.
Yeah. I mean, unless you
just want to clean up.
Clean up or something.
Yeah.
You don't want to dunk yourself in water, so...
Obviously. Let's see. Wouldn't really have to worry about electricity. I'd fucking change my eyes so they would switch over to LCD lights.
You'd still have to worry about electricity because you'd want to run your damn computer. I know you.
This is true. Okay, so we would still need internet. We would still need electricity, but that's one bill. And then you have the Sprint bill. Rent, we would still have to pay unless we decide, hey, let's live in a store. I'm sure there's some place you could hide shit in a store.
I mean, hell, we wouldn't have to live here anymore. I mean...
You could live wherever you want. You could live in a house that's been for sale for years and nobody's taken it.
Yeah, you could totally pull the borrowers, the littles on that shit.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
Live in the wall.
That would be kick-ass. We could travel wherever we wanted. We could get on fucking planes.
And see, the problem, though, would be that only one of us, according to the question, would be a stitch punk.
This is true.
Which would mean, basically, we'd have each other in our pocket the whole time.
Yeah, and then that would be a problem, because then you would get evicted, because we wouldn't have the money to actually pay for the house.
Yep.
That would suck.
No, technically, if I had to move back in with my parents,
Well, that just ruined the whole thing.
Well, technically, if I had to move back in with my parents, there you go. You get to set foot in my parents' house.
I would terrorize your parents so badly.
Oh, God.
My God, would I ever at night, I'd creep into the room and make all these sounds and shit.
Don't do my mom. Mom's actually a nice person.
Then your dad,
My dad, yeah. You terrorize
your
my dad.
dad would be like, oh, there's a mouse in the house. Let's put down mouse traps. And I'd be like, really, dude?
No. If my dad put down mouse traps, I could see you being a smart ass. Move them all, pile them up in a corner together.
Oh, yeah.
God, a stitchpunk and a mousetrap would be a terrible thing.
Well, when you think about it, it wouldn't really hurt.
I don't know. I can see that potentially snapping their little spines.
Well, yeah, if you lay the fuck down on it.
Yeah, I want you to think about Bradbury for a second. Think about the way Bradbury investigates things. He'd probably set the damn thing off with his goddamn hat.
Yeah. Poor Brad.
Herp. We'll break a leg.
Herp-a-derp.
So I think we've thoroughly answered this question. Possibly more so than anybody ever needed to answer this question.
Yeah. This is why we do the voice box. We don't have to worry about typing it all out. Because then, we'd never shut up.
So
But I suppose that works. God, that'd be a real drag there. You'd be evicted. I'd be like, see, it's all my fault. I don't even know how I got this way, but it'd be my fault.
And I'd be like, it's okay. I got a stitchpunk buddy.
See, me, if it was you being a
I have an
stitchpunk-
excuse to have a dollhouse.
No. If it was you as a stitchpunk, I know the first thing I would do. I would make money by taking you out and making you perform and people thinking that's voodoo.
You're a hoe.
But it would make
I
money.
attach strings to you. There you go. We can play you off as a marionette.
I would so sing Pinocchio song. I've got no strings to hold me down. But yeah.
So there you go.
Yay!
Next question.
You gonna say bye?
Bye.